Hi, this is Jason Fielder with the Daily Forex Report for June 18th. Currently looking at the US-Japanese yen pair. This particular pair did close up today. It did form an inside bar, so we have potential for a breakout during this next session. We are looking for it to potentially move as high as 97.40, possibly as low as 94.88. Look for some resistance around 96.78 and look for some support around 96.06. Now, switching to the Euro-USD pair, this particular pair did close down. It is moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. Look for this pair to potentially move as high as 141.04, possibly as low as 137.77. Look for some resistance around 139.82 and possibly as low or hit resistance around, hit support around 138.36 in this particular pair. Switching to the pound US dollar pair, this pair closed down today. It's basically moving sideways with a bias that is sideways. We're looking for it to potentially move as high as 165.96, possibly as low as 160.63. Look for some resistance around 164.75 and look for some support around 162.00. Now, looking at the US Swiss, this particular pair did close up today, almost formed an inside bar, but did dip a little bit lower than yesterday's session's low. We are looking for this pair to continue moving sideways. However, if you notice, we are getting some consolidation down as we move forward. So look for a breakout. We are looking for this pair to potentially move as high as 1.0980 and possibly as low as 1.0680. Look for some resistance around 1.0613 and look for some support around 1.0783. Now, as far as news announcements go, today the Swiss released their rate decision. It was held at 0.25%, which was as expected, so it really didn't affect the market all that much. We also had the Canadian dollar release their CPI. It was higher than expected at 2% from 1.8%. Looking ahead to tomorrow's news, there's really no news of any significance being released tomorrow, so there's nothing really to talk about. As far as what I'm looking for during this next session, if you look at the Euro-Japanese yen pair, we have a swing trade that's been created. If you draw your trend line, I'm looking for a breakout above 134.80. And if you look at some of the previous points of support that will now turn into resistance or possible resistance, you've got at least 80 pips, if not 100 pips, easy that I believe it will move, especially when you look at the window of opportunity that occurred on this particular session. It could easily go as high as this point. I would definitely, at this session's low, the first real point at which there's significant, could possibly be significant resistance, you may want to go to break even at this point. And as we move up to the next one, you may want to move your stop up to basically move it up that amount and then continue moving it up at each step until the market pulls back and stops you out. Well, that about does it for today. Until next time, this is Jason Fielder. Good trading.